After much discussion here over the past few minutes, the drivers have decided to go ahead and run the race here tonight. Welcome everybody here to Simtrax Broadcasting as we bring you the first race here of the NSR Cup Series here at Daytona. 8 drivers locked and loaded here for this race. I know we are getting to it just a little bit late. I think we were trying to wait it out, seeing that everybody, not just including you guys watching, but the drivers as well, have a few things to do with their wives or girlfriends, seeing that it is Valentine's Day. Cole Larson and Miguel Alvarez started 1 and 2. Matthew Burton was 3rd. Sikosi was 4th. That put Eddie Rose and Kenny Davis. That should have been, I believe, 5 and 6. That moves Brandon Roberts to the 7th position. William Martin was in 8th. And I'm not showing Robert Mathis out there at this time. I believe he is down and out. Right now, yes, out there, you're right, they're checking. It seems to be Mr. Alice Forget. Only 8 drivers. Yeah, unfortunately, 8 drivers. We do have over 30 on Saturday with the same NSR Xfinity League, but we are definitely running a little bit short here in the next gens. I knew it was a split decision whether we went with next gens or trucks here on Wednesdays, but that's what we've got. We voted for the next gens. We just got a low turnout for this time. A-okay, if you want to help. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and beef up those numbers, you know where to go. You can come here to the NSR Cup Series. These guys are looking for plenty of drivers, and I assure you they got some of the best driving out here. Alice Forget, you know all about good driving. They're going to be running a decent part of this regular season here and kind of feel out each other how it's going to go. Now, I know here in the Xfinity cars, we see a lot of guys like Team Conti really overcoming and coming on top of 90% of what you see here of the entire field, just being able to come back, bounce back, be able to race. And I mean, we even had Corey Hines winning 7 races out of the season, and that is exactly what you're going to see here. But now we take them to the next gens. This is not something that Team Conti is used to building. They aren't used to getting out, trying to battle up front, and now they may have to kick back and try again. But if I'm not mistaken, Stella, appreciate you joining me here tonight, but I thought Miguel Alvarez is one of the Team Conti drivers.
I was just trying to look up some of my paperwork here, but he is a new driver. So if he has slipped under my radar.
Alrighty, well, remember, no passing underneath the yellow line there as they sling across the line. Right now, I'm seeing Sikosi and Martin already dropping back a little bit here. Interesting enough to see them possibly losing the draft, but already making some contact.
Nice
we talk about a new driver. Alvarez goes from 2nd down to 5th here, and Burton in the 33 saves it and decides to keep it all together. Alice Forget, if you were able to send a DM, dude, I miss you. I would love to have a chat and see how you're doing out there, man. Definitely miss seeing that 19 wrapping around the track, seeing how you guys are doing each and every night. But right now, we are keeping an eye here on Brandon Roberts in the 00 Ford. Unfortunately, he is actually on the roll backwards here. The roll backwards actually might help out Sikosi if he can reach up there and grab him, but it's not looking here too good, seeing that the separation is now by at least a second. We are riding along here with Mark Sikosi. And yes, Jay out there is asking if there are new sponsors. Yes, there are. There are new sponsors here for the league. Saying new season, new sponsors is what you're going to get here. And a couple of guys out here are going to be looking to kind of toy around a little bit out there. But I do want to give a mention to our sponsors. Right now we have Affordable SEO and Marketing and Squeegee Pros, the window cleaning and more. Window cleaning, gutter cleaning, pressure washing, holiday light installation, service locations opened up in Grand Rapids. I believe that is Shasta Lake, California, and Long Beach, California. Check that out.
That's covering a lot of the country.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, well, let's take a look at almost a 3-wide condition that we see kind of fighting down here on the bottom. If you do want to go ahead and get sponsored out here, especially on this league, or you want to sponsor this league, help push a little more, definitely keep an eye and try these guys out. They are definitely putting on a great show and doing their best out here as we see the 46 starting to give a shove here to Matthew Burton in one of the only Toyotas out here. Miguel Alvarez is the only one driving a Toyota as well. Right now, you see him sitting in the 19, so the 19 about to link up with the 33 that is up front, seeing that they are now sitting 1 and 3 out there, trying to collect it back up. But I am impressed, Stella. Check out how Sikosi has been able to catch right back up to this pile.
He sure has. I mean, no more 1 second plus behind the main pack. He is right in the thick of it, minus being the tail, but he's in the thick of it.
Yeah. Now seeing how this is going right now, Kenny Davis on the 54 to the outside. 46 takes a peek, but no dice. Eddie Rose, that is. Right now, his Chevrolet is trying to get a little more speed, but notice how he's kind of helped drum up an outside line here as they get along the way. 46 ducks back in. 54 wants to make a shot here, but no can do. Definitely looks like an interesting line that the 54 is taking. He's feeling a little dangerous here tonight. He wants to squeeze down and see if he can go ahead and grab a hold of some of that door draft there. And all of our drivers still within half a second of our leader here, still battling along. Only 10 laps into this one, so far so good. No trouble other than we had a little bit going on out there. I believe that was back on lap 3. We had guys already slipping and sliding through 1 and 2, making a little bit of contact, but it doesn't look like we have any vehicles out there with any substantial damage.
No, and granted, this is a track for drafts, but without some major missing of pieces and parts, I don't think we're going to have any aerodynamic trouble.
All right, well, if you were looking for a little bit of juice there, looked like the 00 Brandon Roberts decided he wanted the inside lane and made it known, went ahead and cut down in front, taking not taking no for an answer there as he slides on down very aggressively. And the outside line of Eddie Rose, William Martin, Cole Larson getting up to the front here is the 33 of Matthew Burton. Reels in from behind and once again drop back down. Cole Larson is getting ready to see if he can make a bid here for the lead. Taking a shot as we ride down the backstretch here. Not looking too bad here as these cars are getting side by side. Let's see if we can see them fly on through. There we go. Not bad. Seeing if they can get going here. I do like the paint job that I do see out there on that number 20 car. Let me see if I can get that drone footage floating out there. Yeah, Mountain Dew voltage car.
Nice.
Yeah, check that out. Look how close these guys are getting here. Now, I got to admit, right now, this is looking very, very solid for some of these guys here so far as Kenny Davis trying to figure out where he's going to squeak in here.
Yeah, Rose is giving me the scaries right now. I mean, I can sit there and see, you know, our Mountain Dew car right there next to the yellow line going straight along. And I'm watching Rose going across the midline on the track, back and forth, back and forth. So that sideways motion just kills me.
Huh. Yeah, no Sikosi dropping off once again, trying to buy himself a little bit of room. But we've seen Sikosi do this in multiple leagues, and not just this one. Of course, this will be the first time that you guys see this, but if you paid attention to the Xfinity Series, this is kind of what you see here. You see Sikosi set back a little bit. Normally you see him back there with Stoney or with Justin Cope, and they sit back and kind of let the race kind of do its thing. If the big one happens, he's well out of the way. Somehow a magnet still seems to get him and pop him anyway, but not damage that's going to take him out of the race, and then Sikosi's able to race back. But Cole Larson getting on top here. He had pole, and now he's going to be right back in that number 1 position, leading out in front of Matthew Burton, who's sitting second, and Brandon Roberts, who's gained 4 here on the night, rounding out our top 3.
Yeah, looking good. Now, this is a nice pace that they've got here, nice spacing. I think they've got a good chance of maintaining. We got a little pushing going on, but that's perfect for Daytona. Let's see how long they can keep it up. Focus, focus.
Stella, when you get in races like this, and they are so, let's say, few drivers out here, an easy way of saying it, you can make more dangerous moves because you think nothing's going to happen. You know, if there is a spin out or there is a little bit of carnage, it's only going to involve a couple of cars instead of collecting 18 drivers. So what you're going to see is a lot of dangerous moves out here, a lot of guys wheeling the cars around. I mean, you look at the 46 Eddie Rose, once again, he was swinging to the outside of exit 4. Look at the door draft, tries to get down there on Matthew Burton. Burton's spotter caught asleep there a little bit, and looks like he didn't expect the 46 to get there. Quick little block here by Cole Larson, and it looks like Larson might end up Dropping down to the second position, but no can do, as looks like Alvarez takes his Toyota, jams it in there, and moving Eddie Rose back to third.
Yeah, Davis is making some wild moves. There's a nice
There we
oh,
go.
darn.
Yep, see, Sikosi gets out of this one.
All right.
And Eddie Rose is still running backwards. That is at 85 miles an hour. And our first caution is coming out here on lap 15, halfway before we get to the stage.
Okay. Caution number 1. So, confirming there are no fast repairs, even though this is a super speedway. We haven't brought in fast repairs.
No, there should be no fast repairs. 54 gives the 00 ram.
Yep, it was Davis. He was doing some wild pushing and, and zipping around. And it just finally bit him.
Yeah, the one I'm worried about is how Matthew Burton turned out. This may have ended up worse than we thought, trying to rotate up top side. He's the one on the inside line, head to the wall. Oh, is there? Yeah, enough asphalt.
That is a lot of asphalt.
All right, Stella. They have caught up to the pace car here. I would question if any of these guys would pit. Might be an idea.
Well, Roberts did. I think he's sitting in there, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe the 00 may have popped the wall
there we
here.
Go.
Back out he goes.
All right.
Looking to see if any more takers here at pit. Cole Larson's thinking about it.
Wow, he may still be having some problems because he just came out of pit and tagged the wall.
Alrighty, it looks like everybody has made it past the commitment cone. So down pit road they come. Cole Larson, Alvarez, Martin Davis, Sikosi, Burton, and Eddie Rose. These are guys heading down pit road now, seeing where they land right now, dialing a few of them in here. Should be good pit stop. Let's see if anybody decides to take tires. I'm noticing the 20 is not. Cole Larson, no tires, only fuel and back out. Sikosi thought the same exact thing here.
Okay.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Eddie Rose. Right now I'm showing him possibly taking it back to the garage here. I'm hoping that's not the case.
Yeah, I believe that might be who I saw hit the wall. The all-black car.
Yep.
46, yeah. Not quite sure.
Well, that's going to shuffle up our lineup now. That moves us Cole Larson, Sikosi, and Robert. Sikosi getting a huge pickup of spots here. Doing only a fuel and go. 15-second pit stop for Alvarez, who sits third. 24 seconds for Brandon Roberts. He's going to be floating around that 4th, 5th area. I believe Martin is going to beat him off pit road. As Brandon Roberts, I don't know if he's having a problem here, dropping down to 6th. Kenny Davis is now in that 5th spot. And Stella, we are already kind of knocking a few guys down and out here. And here comes Matthew Burton. 39.38 in the pit box. And you remember he was the one skidding through the entire center of the field.
Yeah, he had a little work done by the pit crew. So we kind of missed the setup in the front as to what our race parameters are tonight. You think we got any time to...
Sure, go through it.
Eat. Well, tonight is very, very cloudy, so we may not be doing all 120 laps. We may have a rain cancellation, red flag. But tonight we will have stages at 30 and 60. They're running 100% fuel limit and 4 sets of tires in the pits. Again, there are no fast repairs, so if they keep this up, they're going to be sitting and not racing tonight. How's that?
Yeah.
Oh, temperature is 90 degrees.
Yeah,
I guess it's 77 air and 90 degrees down the track.
Yep. And it looks like about 9 miles an hour wind here in Daytona Beach. Should still be a great race, though. We got to still, I think we're down to 7 now. I think Eddie Rose, I have not seen him return, so I think he might be down and out here. Something happened to him, so.
Tower posted him as out.
Yep. Bummer, dude.
Yes.
Now, hopefully he'll be able to recover here. And make it back.
Yeah. Either that or I'm going to draft the pace car.
Draft the pace car.
Yes. And maybe the choose cone car. We'll draft them in.
Alrighty. See if we can get this one back underway here in just a moment. Waiting to see everybody double filed here. Getting ready to lock and load. Kenny Davis hanging out with Mark Sikosi tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how those two, if those two decide to work together. Cole Larson got to be the first one across the line here at the restart. And... Ooh, good
Giddy up.
start here. Well, actually, it's a pretty even start, and that's why I'm more surprised at. Normally, we see a huge breakaway by one of our guys here in the restart zone. So no can do. Already a little seesaw in here. William Martin.
Yeah, that's my guy. I begged for him to outline those numbers on the roof.
Yeah. Well, right now, that is William Martin. He's definitely shooting down the backstretch here. Remember, he is one of our guys who decided to take tires. So we'll see if that pays off. I don't think 15 laps into it, if that's going to be that big of an issue.
No.
But every little bit could help here, so I don't know if he's going to have just a little extra edge here. A couple of the other guys who had gotten tires as well, Alvarez, Davis, and Roberts, they seem to have gotten tires, but not taking advantage here. I am looking to see if Burton in the 33, he did take tires as well after sliding through all that asphalt. Heading toward the inside wall, so definitely get those flat spots out and try again.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, this is good practice for them to, I mean, Martin's making some nice pushes, pulling off as he should during the turns, and then snugging up again on the straightaways to give Mark Sikosi some extra energy from behind.
Yeah, they can definitely use it. I know Sikosi definitely doesn't want to be caught in anything early. That's probably the last thing these guys want to do is get caught up doing something dumb out there. It happens though. It's definitely a super speedway, so these guys sliding back and forth. I definitely I don't know about you, Stella, but I enjoy coming to Daytona as one of the first races here of the season, and kind of gives guys a chance to me see what they're made of. Most of the time you don't. You don't get a full feeling of how these guys race out there. Yeah, everybody. I mean, imagine putting them on I don't know. We're doing the LA Clash now. What I'm saying is like throwing them into Martinsville as the first race of the year. It just doesn't have that right pop. It's exactly, and that's kind of what I'm calling for. Is Daytona is really kind of an all-around track. Your new drivers can make it out here. Your rookies. Your seasoned vets, your past championship winners, and this almost puts in kind of a different play strategy here, not just for pits and everything, things like that. As we're also looking at 3 wide here, as Alvarez is on the bottom now. Kenny Davis sits in 6th, and Brandon Roberts now 7th. But it kind of levels the playing field, I think, is what I'm looking for here. Looking back at my notes. Is these guys have an opportunity to, just be able to kind of level the playing field and race against each other, and that's the only thing separates these guys 90% of the time is, any sort of pit strategy, or you find out what kind of equipment guys are out there running each year.
Well, this being an open setup league, it's not, like the old IROC racing where every car is exactly the same. They can make little tiny tweaks here and there. They can tune it up or whatever you call it before the race with big things like suspension, and it does show. I, I it's not all the drivers. Sometimes it's the car. In the fixed setup leagues, I think it's mainly 99.99% at that point the driver.
Yeah. Right now, we're taking a look at Brandon Roberts falling off pace by about 4 seconds here. We'll kind of stick with Cole Larson, who's sitting second. We already see, looks like Alvarez is popping out to the side, trying to see if he can find something different out toward the edge. Decides to drop back in before he gets in any more trouble, as he's now dead last there in that line, down 4 here. Gonna have to battle his way back up. So right now, Nomura out there rooting on the 19. Is going to have to watch Mr. Alvarez all the way from the back. He's about to lose the draft here in a hot second, about 3/10 behind. He's got to play catch-up here really quick. That way he can snug up next to Kenny Davis and try to save as much fuel as possible. But that stage being at lap 30, we got 5 to go.
Yeah, well, I think NASCAR knew what they were doing. I mean, they have had the season opener, just back to what you were saying with it's a good race to start the season with. I mean, they've been doing the season opener points-wise here since 1982. So, I mean, it's a good foundation race.
I wonder if this place has been paved as many times as Indianapolis has been.
I don't know. I would not think so for some reason. I mean, the last time I show it is like maybe 2010.
It had to be something when you saw the guys racing the Legacy track back there in the 87s there with the
that was 2008, and it was rattling their fillings out. Yeah, yeah, they threw down 50,000 tons to do the race surface, the aprons, the skid pads, pit road. But I don't know if they've done it again since they had some of that hurricane damage.
Yeah, I think that was only done infrastructure on the sand wall between 3 and 4.
Ah, good. Okay. Still, it was, I mean, I heard whispers. I think it got stomped out pretty quick about, oh, should we bother, to fix Daytona? Heck yeah, bother to fix Daytona. It's Daytona.
Yeah. Now, Richard Petty was extremely successful there, and I'm sure he would not like to see that kind of disappear on him here. As we sit right on inside here on top of Cole Larson's car, and gives a little bump here to Matthew Burton, as Burton's still leading this race, though. Only a few more laps here, Stella, as we get up to our first stage break, and doesn't look like everybody's kind of sitting back a little bit and just trying to mix it up. I would say they might try to put on a show here and make something happen. Right now, I feel like William Martin setting something up here. I was sitting there in the back. I'm wondering if he's trying to get Alvarez to think about popping to the side. And the back 3 try to swing to the outside and make a quick pass here to try to gain some stage points.
Yeah, well, if they have the communications, they can do that. If not, there's not really any sticking your arm out the window and saying, let's go.
No, there's not. That would be an interesting addition to a VR setup, is being able to move around out
there. That would be unusual, because I know they do a lot of hand signals for the cars around them. In real life racing, all kinds of communication signals are sent back and forth between the drivers.
Yeah.
Whether they like it or not.
Now it looks like Jay out there is saying something about the Brickyard. So, yeah, that's another interesting race. I heard back this year they're heading back to Indy. We'll see how the next gens can handle that. I haven't noticed any issues here out of the Fords. But seeing they're getting ready to come up to the line here, we have got guys spinning out, and that is not what you want to see.
Nope.
So Burton, who's been leading the race, is around. Brandon Roberts is getting ready to pass him in a while, here in a little bit. And Kenny Davis in the 54. Caution. Dude.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at what sent him into the wall like that. That was painful. Oh.
Yeah, just blocking and caught Sikosi. I think he had the nose past him, and 33 tried to shut the door.
And yeah, and Sikosi was sending it. He had a good run going there right along the outside.
Yeah, and there's no way that's going to happen. You're not going to let somebody pass you. As we take a look over top, you see Sikosi just keeps giving him room, and he keeps coming on over. So, eventually Sikosi's got nowhere to go. Give it to the 54 for squeaking on through.
He sure did. Okay, well, we'll batch them all up together, have everybody come down, get some fuel, get some tires, rock and roll.
All right, they may be calling this a stage here. Brandon Roberts still playing catch-up here in the 00.
Oh, they truly should. I mean, it's a half a lap to go kind of thing. We do not have race control this evening. Thomas did not make it. No. But I said with the number of cars, we'll just roll with iRacing doing its thing.
Definitely,
Oh, jeez. Got me again. So, seeing some tire strategies going here.
I would assume we're probably going to see everybody throw on a set of tires and get back out there. I'm just wondering how much damage we're going to have to catch from some of these guys. Brandon Roberts, extended amount of time in the box.
Yes.
30 seconds now. Matthew Burton's doing the exact same, the 33 Toyota. He did catch that right front along the wall. So he's going to want to spend as much time as he can to get that thing squared away here.
And luckily, it's a nice, slow 55 or whatever pace lap. And at 2.5 miles, it'll give him a little bit to work on.
Yeah.
Beats the heck out of those, 25-second laps at like Bristol or Las Vegas or something.
Well.
Okay. Oops.
We'll go ahead.
I was just looking for a little filler as far as, do you know who the only foreign driver, as in like a non-USA citizen, to ever win Daytona 500?
I could probably guess.
Okay.
Andretti?
Which one?
Mario?
Yeah. 1967.
Whoa!
You're like, yep, Mario Andretti, 1967. He has, however, since been naturalized, so he is a U.S. citizen. But at the time, he's still considered the only foreign driver. How about youngest and oldest? We're doing some stats. Youngest driver ever to win, oldest driver ever to win.
I'll
give you a hint.
I was going to say, Petty can't be the oldest. And I'm trying to figure out who would even be the youngest. Davey Allison?
No. The youngest is very, very recent, as in like last year.
What?
Trevor Bayne. Only 20.
No kidding.
And yeah, so as of 2023, Trevor Bayne is the youngest. He was 20 years old, and he won in 2011. Bobby Allison, you were thinking, Richard Petty. Think of somebody who also was in that era.
Cale?
Nope, not Yarborough.
how in that era Richard Petty raced for almost 20 to 30 years.
No, like right at the beginning with the Alabama gang. Come on now.
I said, no, you can't do that. The
No.
span is too much.
Well, I'm thinking, it has to be somebody that was old when he won. How about if I say Alabama gang? How about if I say, I bet you've seen this dude?
Really?
Yeah. More than once.
Really? Who?
Well, because I know he likes to show up at Darlington, and I know you go to Darlington. Bobby Allison.
Is it really? How old was
Yeah. 50.
he? Get out of
In
here.
1988.
All right, Kenny Davis out to the front in the lead. Right now, looks like Sikosi is down in that 5th spot. Martin is 2nd. Cole Larson is sitting in 3rd. First driver in the high line. Sikosi starting to make up a little more ground here from 5th to 3rd already, getting a little bit of gutsy move there. I like that. Right now, we are seeing here out in front, looking to see if Sikosi can make up any sort of distance here, as he is getting left out here all by himself. The 19 going to be able to make up a huge gap here, as that bubble is just waiting for him. There he goes, closing that gap now. Sikosi needs some help getting around this turn, but I don't know about you, Matthew Burton. We've kind of seen them push around just a little bit and getting kind of caught up in some trouble right now. Cole Larson from 3rd to dead last here in that 7th spot. He's going to have to figure out how to fight his way back to the front. Not looking too good there, but that's all right. Looks like we'll see if Sikosi decides to tuck on in. Can't yet, as Cole Larson is there, and now that means Sikosi's going to have to duck on in behind these guys, and he's going to ride in the back seat here. Let's see how Alvarez is doing. I believe he's thinking about trying that outside line.
3rd.
As we rotate on up to the Goodyear blimp. High side, as you see the 00, now losing positions. Brandon Roberts side by side out there with Matthew Burton. They'll see if they door each other, try to re-greet each other back on the track.
Door draft each other.
Yeah, Cole Larson trying to stick his car out there, see if anybody else is willing to take a grab here on the outside line. It's starting to work. Alvarez getting a little bit of a head of steam here. Cole Larson might be trying to see if he can push him on through. Jay out there saying Cole Trickle.
Nah, no.
Now we'll see. Right now, Alvarez is still sitting second. Yeah, we got some trouble happening. And none other right now than Burton once again getting caught up in something happening out there. Alvarez getting the lead here by half a car length over top of the 54, Kenny Davis. Not too bad here so far. 19 goes ahead and bails. Bails on Larson. I think that would be one thing that gets me, is if you work on that outside line, you get people to help you, and then you bail on them.
Yeah. Usually you try to get far enough that they can go down to the low line, too. Now look at, Larson is just moving back, 5th, 6th. He's going to be keeping Sikosi company now.
That's all right. Just remember, when Larson finds him, he may remember that, and he's going to block him out if the same situation comes around again. You try to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, but I don't know if you'd want to mess around with Cole Larson out there, as he snugs up here on the 00, Brandon Roberts. Roberts having some trouble trying to get caught up. You saw he was actually marching way back, but Larson going to try again with the help of Sikosi behind him.
Yes.
Larson will have the opportunity to push these two up to the front. But as the gap widens here between Alvarez and Davis, these guys have made about 0.3 of a second from the rest of the field here. That's going to have them only helping each other and not kind of a gang of 5 here in the back. So they may get ready to overtake him here in just a second. Sikosi snugging up close to Larson because Larson wasn't too happy of not picking up any speed. So Brandon Roberts is now going to get left to the Wolves out back and sit behind Sikosi now as they continue on through. Larson to the front now as he rotates in behind the 54, Kenny Davis. And Stella, we're talking a lot about Larson out there, but I know we've got a big driver out there looking to make some moves of William Martin in the 94.
Yeah, I think he's gonna bide his time unless Alvarez keeps him up front. It doesn't pay to jump out when you can't jump out with friends.
Yeah, well, here we go. William Martin getting another shove here from Matthew Burton. Burton's wanting to move now. Doesn't seem to be working out too well. Look how that outside line is starting to get some speed. 1-2, looking for the third.
Oh.
33 of Matthew Burton. Bailing on William Martin here, down to the bottom. That's going to allow Alvarez to shut the door on the 0-0 of Brandon Roberts. So once again, back out front here from Matthew Burton after the spin out earlier. Apparently he feels pretty comfortable with people being behind him again.
Yeah, he's he's more game than I am.
Yeah, right now, but William Martin regains the lead, so he's the bus driver of this pile out here. Seeing that he has only 6 more people behind him, Sikosi's still sitting in the back, waiting to see if Alvarez can get just a little more. Kenny Davis is our third-place driver in the 54 that we're taking a look at now as he kind of waves bye-bye to Matthew Burton on the inside line. They are about to make a clear. Cole Larson kind of shutting the gap here as they shoot down the backstretch, and look who's making the cutoffs here. Larson drops to the bottom, and who cuts in front of him? None other than the 54 here of Kenny Davis, who now has the lead.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have the lead for long unless Larson gives him one heck of a push, because that outside line's got this, Alvarez dumping out. Alvarez needs to snug up, and they'll be passing him.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what they can do. 20 laps left to go here in this stage. Right now, Martin is sitting out in front at the moment. Kenny Davis now down on the bottom. Brandon Roberts slides up to second, as well as Alvarez taking a look here as he sits fourth. Not very hard to get a top 5 here tonight, but it's definitely kind of shuffling around that 6th, 7th area where Matthew Burton, who was leading there for just a moment, goes and rejoins Sikosi in the back as he still remains 7th. Now, that's one thing I've noticed here, Stella. Sikosi's sitting in the back, kind of watching this race. How does he not get on edge here? How does he not want to push his way up to the front and kind of get in the mix?
I don't see why. I'm watching, and I mean, everybody here is within a second of each other. I've also noticed that he can go down, 3/4 of a second, almost to the second mark behind the crowd, and still send it and be right back up with him when he wants to. So if you've got that kind of at-will speed, what are you worried about being in the back?
Yeah. There may be something. Here comes Sikosi, now 4th. Rotating up behind Burton. So we have Davis, Larson, Burton, Alvarez. Alvarez trying to take an outside line run around Sikosi. Sikosi's just going to try to separate to keep the door draft off of him and not let Alvarez pick up any more speed with the help of him. Not too bad by the 8 Chevrolet. We are still led by 2 Chevrolets. Burton's Toyota is the only one breaking up the top 3 vehicle makes and models here.
I was going to say, and the other Toyotas was leading the second pack of 3. With Alvarez, correct?
Do what?
I thought... Okay. I thought you said earlier that Alvarez was in a Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was leading the second line there. So you had one in the front of both? Okay.
Uh-huh. All right, Stella, call some laps for me here. We already got Alvarez and Sikosi still going at it here on lap 43. Alvarez getting hung out to dry. Nobody out there. Looks like Alvarez once again back behind another driver, as he's not going to overcome William Martin here at any point in time, as Martin seems to have a chip on his shoulder, not letting that 19 Toyota of Miguel Alvarez get around him. So that Monster Energy machine is not going to have any luck here tonight with William Martin around in the 94 Ford.
Well, it wasn't that he was not letting him in, but why let him in when you're so stuck to the guy in front of you? Now, the question is Roberts. I mean, now he's starting to be so far back, a second and a half. I'm going to be worried that they're going to make that such an insurmountable gap here very, very soon. Yeah, we're looking at 3 seconds coming up real quick. But we have Davis and Larson in 1 and 2. We've gone single file here, so Burton and Sikosi, 3 and 4. Martin and Alvarez, 5 and 6. And now we're at almost 4.5 seconds for 000 Roberts in the back.
Oh yeah, well, Alvarez is going to be putting the binoculars on, looking in the rearview mirror to find Brandon Roberts as he sits now 6 seconds off pace here. Down pit road, he's coming. Looks like something may have happened. I don't know if we have a mechanical failure here or something's wrong with his car. Might be fighting something going on. I don't know. He's able to battle up in the midst of the group here, but starts losing speed and kind of just checks out. I'm not sure if something's going on, but we'll keep an eye on the 00 Ford here as we get back to the front.
He did just take it to the pits. Maybe he's going to fix whatever the problem is.
Yeah, he was heading into the pits where Cole Larson now giving a push here to Kenny Davis. I don't think they're going to need to pit here anytime soon, but they should be able to squeak this all the way to that lap 60 mark. Right now I see Kenny Davis rotate behind the 54. He is sliding across his rear bumper here. I would be a little concerned here with seeing what they're doing. I don't know if that's exactly what Cole Larson is meaning to do or Kenny Davis is asking for here. Neither of which are going to be good if that keeps up. So right now, slacking off Cole Larson does. Burton now is sitting third in his Toyo, and Sikosi in his Chevrolet sitting in fourth. Now, William Martin here, he's trying to figure out how to slice on around. We're going to sit along with him, kind of see how this track feels to him, and kind of see maybe some wheel input here and see if he notices anything odd out there. If anybody's having to kind of shoot around this track the way they don't want to be. But Martin, boy, something happened there. It's 0.3 of a second off. So he almost slowed down there right in the mid.
Yeah. Do you think there was a decision to be made with somebody coming in or out?
I don't think so. Right now, Alvarez is right behind him. Just give a run or nudge. Interesting angle. He's the only one up there, and that's the worst part is when you commit, nothing guarantees the guys behind you are going to
Yes. Yes, and then all of a sudden dive away and you're left holding the air.
Yeah, we've seen before. It almost looks like a snake out there. 3 guys will move out, but then the one in the middle slides back down to the bottom.
Psych.
Yeah, so the guy in front ends up getting hitting a wall of air. The vacuum pulls him back, and then the person in third runs up and slams into him. And it doesn't work out too well here, but that is definitely a little bit of what we're seeing out here, Stella, is a little bit of raciness out of some of our guys here. They're trying to figure out if this is a good idea. That is Brandon Roberts they're running back up on here as he's trying to stay out of their way, high side, and that's going to put Brandon Roberts another lap down.
It is. I think we would have to ask for some serious disasters for him to lucky dog his way back in at this point.
Yeah, well, only one
kudos
caution.
on him for not bailing.
Yeah, only one caution there on lap 50. Burt and Eddie Rose, and I believe clipped the front end there of Mark Sikosi. Sikosi seems no worse for the wear, though. He continues on. Right
Well,
now,
and the second one on 29 was actually a caution, but it was a combo. We'll call it a combo caution. Well, yes, it was a caution for a wreck, but then we counted it as a stage, so.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Yep. Well, William Martin, the only Ford here on the lead lap. Fords have been having nothing but trouble here tonight. Unfortunately, one of them checked out immediately at the beginning here of the race. Brandon Roberts now 2 laps down. And still going at it. So right now, I'm looking at 3 Chevys and 2 Toyotas. And a single Ford out there trying to race this one out. Now, they do say Chevrolets have the super speedway possibility of wins here, but I beg to differ, seeing that most of the time it's a Ford that we see, I believe, winning in Michigan.
I believe you. I mean, but some of these tracks, it's I look at the stats, statistics, you can make them say whatever you want, as they say. Um, a lot of times they say, "Oh, it's always Chevys that win here, always Chevys." The kicker is that at one Chevys have always run, you know? They had Buicks, they had Pontiacs, they've had all these other, different ones. Toyota's a new name in the game, honestly. So when you look at the 100%, a blimp view of the races, sure, Chevy's great, as far as winning a lot or winning the most because they've never been diluted as far as other brands covering their drivers.
Yeah. That's a different way of looking at it. I like that, because, you had the Ford and Mercury's out there. You had GM, Chevy, the Pontiacs when they split off.
They even had Oldsmobiles at some point.
Yep. Oldsmobile, Buick, they separated. So, I know these next-gen Cups, these guys are definitely kind of narrowing it down. The body styles are still typically the same, but I believe they're only racing on, if not one, but I think it's a possibility of 3. That was about 4 years ago when I started checking the rules on that. But I believe there are only 2 engines really that run in any make or model out here.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, it should be one Chevy motor, one Ford motor.
In the Toyotas even?
And the Toyotas. There is no Toyota motor.
Really?
Yep.
So this is all about body style. Then.
Yes. Yeah, it used to be about what was under the hood. And it used to be about the car that won that weekend was the dealership that ended up with the most business.
Yes.
But
I had no idea.
But Toyota does not make a 700 horsepower 350 motor to go underneath the hood of these cars.
See, at which point I say, why are you here? Is that brutal? I guess that's brutal. Money?
Sponsorship, yeah. Well, Dodge thought about getting toying back in with it. They had a real sweet-looking Charger. They thought about throwing out there for a run, but that didn't pull through. I think because they wanted NASCAR to chuck them a little bit of a break since they were going to be a new model line out there. But I think Toyota just had too much in it for them to be unseated at all.
I've learned something new today.
Don't forget, we also had Plymouth out there.
Yep.
I'll say, didn't Petty win in a Plymouth?
Yeah, that's when he had the big wing thing.
I thought so.
I think so. I don't know. Now, I am absolutely gobsmacked that you're telling me that these guys. I'm sorry. That just shocks me that there's only 2 engines out there.
Yeah. Well, it's what they allow. It used to be 3, but if you had one motor, you had to limit it by doing something else. Like you couldn't have longer push rods at all to do that. But man, see, exactly what I'm talking about. Cole Larson goes up to the top, 33 switches up, and now Matthew Burton out in front. So Toyota now leading the race here with 5 to go here at the stage.
That is true. I am curious at the stage if we should check the weather.
Oh, yeah.
3 wide!
Leaving the 33 in the dust here. Matthew Burton, he thought he had the lead for a while, but now it all belongs to Sikosi. Not looking too bad here as they get across the line. Right now, this is great here from Sikosi as he finally gets his chance to shine in the front. But as they always say, number 1 spot is a sitting duck as Cole Larson's giving a shove here to Mark Sikosi. Right now, he's holding on to it here. Jay out there is calling for the Superbird, is what Petty was out there driving. Yep. Yeah, I thought that thing was a Roadrunner. Yeah, no more than 358 cubic inches. I knew there was something that there was 2 different Chevy motors, but you couldn't run a certain intake on the second one. And that's the only way it made it legal.
Okay.
Yeah, it couldn't be like a high rise, I think it's more than 4 inches, and then the other Chevy you could run whatever you wanted. But you couldn't run a Dominator on it or something.
Larson is trying to get Sikosi out far enough in the front that Alvarez won't be able to peek out from behind him and do the swoosh at the start-finish line that I bet Larson has in the back of his mind right now.
Yeah, well, if he can get Mark Sikosi out and separated, then when he decides to bail off to the side, Larson himself, he'll be able to go ahead and pass him because it'll hit the brakes on Sikosi. But right now, the 19 machine getting the help from the 33 and Matthew Burton. And like I said, remember I said Cole Larson's going to make him pay for this. And there it goes.
No. Yep.
Alvarez around. And that looks familiar to the Xfinity run. And that may do it. That took out 3 cars.
It sure did.
Stella, so that's not leaving us with very many left.
No. I'm gonna check on that rain.
Yeah, William
delay.
Martin is obliterated. I think he's trying to get that thing back together. Hold on, let me see if we can get that drone out there. There it is. So he's blown to bits. Out there, front end is missing Kenny Davis. He's got a bunch of damage on the front nose of his. So Alvarez had to tow. And gonna try to piece that one back together, but we're gonna go back and take a look here at Alvarez, and we saw how the drafting worked. Right now, the 33 sawing back and forth is what causes this. And right now, it kind of wipes him out. Boom, hits the 54. I think the worst part about this whole deal is right here. Boom, where they all hit the wall. And when they come back and clip it, so the 54 actually uses the car here in the back, the 94 of William Martin. So Kenny Davis uses William Martin almost like how Bubba Wallace used Kyle Larson as a bump stop against the wall, help soften the blow. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think everybody remembers that, where they definitely got in that fight. And Bubba Wallace ended up on a suspension because of that. Pit road heating up now. Mark Sikosi, Cole Larson, Matthew Burton, 1, 2, and 3. Kenny Davis still mobile here, sitting 4th. Now I'm looking to see William Martin is down pit road for the last minute. Brandon Roberts, he's going to be working his way around. This should give him at least 1 lap back. And unfortunately, that's not. I do not believe that's going to be enough to get him back onto the lead lap, though.
No, it will, but there may be another caution as we continue on.
Alrighty. Flying on through, Sikosi now will be second. Stella, we're running out of vehicles out here. I guess you can say there might not be any cautions because there's, I think it'll be about 3 or 4 guys. Fortunately, some of them will have an extended amount of pit time. Alvarez getting absolutely obliterated there, right into the wall.
Yeah, there was a concern regarding, being in the lead and then calling the race at the moment. So we are gonna kind of suffer through all this smog and clouds and the chance of sprinkles. But if lightning strikes, we still have to empty the stands. Rules say so.
All right. Let's see. Right now, the only ones I'm showing out there are Larson and Sikosi. Everybody else is stuck in the pits. Yeah, so this is pretty brutal here. Burton, Davis, Roberts, and Alvarez still in the pits. I think Martin is taking it back to the garage. Yeah, and I remember William Martin kind of got smoked out there. Couple of guys squeezing out. Brandon Roberts getting out of there. I think Kenny Davis still down here. I think try looking to see. Yeah, Matthew Burton. He got out there as well. Kenny Davis trying to use up as much time as absolutely possible here. You see him squeak out right in front of the pace car right there. Wow, that was close. Ooh. Almost had an illegal entry onto the track.
Let's not do that.
Well, I wouldn't think it'd be anything really bad, though. There are only a couple of guys here. I think that'll put the pace car with the lights out. Larson and Sikosi will be side by side here, waiting for Matthew Burton to catch up. He's got to make about a 40-second gap here to catch back up. And Kenny Davis as well.
Wow. They're going to have to stomp on it.
Yeah, it may take them a little bit. Let me see if we can find out where they are. Yeah, the 00 will be able to catch up Brandon Roberts. Roberts is a lap down, though.
Here it comes. Oh. Let's go, Davis.
Alrighty.
He times it just right.
Trying to get a running start.
Yes. Just as everybody passes. There we go. So Alvarez is the only one that's still in the pits at this time. And we've got Larson, Sikosi, Burton, Davis, and Roberts ridden up for the next green flag.
Go on with your bad self.
Oh no, we have green flag racing. And no big jump start, but Larson and Burton seem to have pulled out quickly on the inside line. Roberts is dangling there, not quite sure whether because he's a lap down or not he should be in there, but hey, if you have the speed, race your race.
Yep, Sikosi starting to reel in the back of Brandon Roberts here. Roberts starting to kind of snug up. Roberts still is a lap down, unfortunately, though, but he's up here messing around with the best of the rest, seeing that we've got only 5 drivers left. So far, we are looking at Cole Larson, Matthew Burton, Sikosi, and Kenny Davis. Roberts is sitting in the middle of this sandwich as he is, unfortunately, a lap down, and that will put him in 5th. But it looks like he's out there running 3rd. Not too bad as we dive back into turn number 1 with 62 laps. And this race is definitely kind of unfolding a little bit rough here. We saw Matthew Burton and Eddie Rose get into it back on lap 15 and then lap 57. But Stella, so far in this race, we have seen stages. We've seen cautions landed almost exactly the stage mark.
Yes. It's my combo cautions.
Right,
I'm going to trademark that.
J-Sound combo cautions were terrifying.
Aw.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just want you to tell me why Kenny Davis is dropping off by half a second here.
Ooh.
I don't know what he's kind of planning to see if he can pick up the pace, or if he's sitting back kind of Sikosi style here and seeing what he can do to battle up to the front.
You don't think there's any chance that he made an adjustment that's not favorable while he was in the pits?
I don't know. This is kind of Brandon Roberts kind of did the same thing, kind of started dropping off pace. And here he is back up front, kind of racing with him again. I don't know if it's going to be any kind of an issue here with body damage. Remember, Kenny Davis ended up kind of getting hammered up a little bit in the last run.
Take a look from the front, too.
Yep, left front hood.
Yeah, still a little dinged up there on the fender, too.
Yep, fender in that left front bumper, so he may be falling off pace here because he's got nothing left for him. And unfortunately, you see him way out there. Leaving him now.
Already. That did not take long between the draft and his aerodynamics. That did not take long at all.
No, it did not. Unfortunately, that is not going to be good for Kenny Davis here, as he's unfortunately falling way off. Taking a look at the amount of distance he has, notice the time just kind of sawing away here. I think it was an old baseball announcer calling that. Kept saying back, 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 gone. Boomer?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, he was one of the founders of ESPN.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Saw a show on it once. Oh, yes. I agree with that, Jay. Cautions breed cautions. For sure. Yes?
And maybe a bird will fly into a windshield. Right now, I'm waiting to see if the 33 of Matthew Burton is looking to try to do some more pushing out there. Let's see if, see what kind of comes about here. Mark Sikosi is sitting back behind the lapped car of Brandon Roberts. We'll see if anything changes here. Roberts to the outside. Number 33 of Matthew Burton is sitting second. He's about to drop down to third here. Sikosi reels him in.
But you realize if he can get in front of Larson, he's back on the lead lap.
Yes.
So, this is a battle.
Notice how Larson is still making the block.
Yes. Maybe he's just saying, here's the back of my car. I'd like you to push.
But once again, 1, 2, 3, and now I think Matthew Burton's now lost the draft.
Oh, no. No.
Here he comes,
Really?
trying to bring it back. Right now, he's about 4/10 off.
Yeah, I think you get, what, a half a second and you're out of the bubble?
Yeah, he's had half a second now and still falling back.
Ooh. That'll do it.
Yep, but as they battle, continuing battling like this is exactly what he needs, as it'll help slow them down instead of getting in the line. So right now, yep, there we go, 33 regains, and now here he comes. All right. Brandon Roberts back on the lead lap out in front of Mark Sikosi. Right now, I'm waiting to see if Cole Larson decides to want to keep Matthew Burton behind him here. Sikosi has the lead now. Kind of float over top, side by side. For Larson and Burton.
Ooh, down on the paint. All right. Sorry, he kind of came off at 33 there and went low, and I was a little worried he was going too low. Man, that's close.
Right now looking to see if they can snug up on him. You see the Goodyear blimp there in the air and tucking in behind.
54 is taking it to
Yes, Kenny Davis is not returning. Alvarez still considering on coming back. He's out in the pit almost 12 and a half minutes.
That's some serious damage.
All right, Jay, this should be your favorite lap here. And right now we've got Cole Larson on the outside. As we head into turn 3. Oh, Larson wanting to come down. No can do. 20 Machine going to have to sit back and kind of watch this just a little bit as he drops now to the back. Sikosi, Burton, and Larson now.
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking to myself, one more and we'll have the podium finish running as one clump. Sorry. We'll just interview everybody.
Yeah.
Throw them all in there.
Yeah,
Put them
might
in
as
at
well.
one time. Let them interview each other. That'd be cool.
That would be a wild one. Right now, he's out there rooting them on, saying,
Do it for the sponsors,
the
Alvarez.
sponsor. Yeah.
Okay, I gotta know. What's with the Fabio? That's gotta be for you. It kind of came after the bird to the windshield remark.
Oh.
Has that actually happened?
I think so. I think I've seen that happen before, but I thought that was not Jarrett. I don't know. The name will come to me here in a little bit. Maybe Cole Larson will help me out here as he gets closer to the 33 here. Right now, the 33 of Matthew Burton making it a little gamey here with Mark Sikosi. Right now, not getting anything. I was looking to see if Burton was getting ready to drop down to the bottom. No can do. Looks like they are going to stay single file here as they shoot across the line into one, and we are sitting right now 1, 2, 3, 4. Sikosi, Burton, and Larson. You want to join up with the NSR Cup Series, head to their Facebook page. You find out where to get a hold of them. You can apply to the league, apply to their Discord as well. Get out here and give these guys a run. Next Gen Cup Series are looking for a drive here.
That was a nice little push the three of them had there. Nobody sawing back and forth. Everybody staying nice and square on those bumpers. Oh, that is the Fabio he's talking about.
We talking about the guy who takes pictures on the front of books?
Yes, with the hair. The hair and the chest. Not the chest hair.
Jeez.
You know what I mean. My heavens. Okay. I'd forgotten about that. Thanks for reminding me, Jay. Gives me a good chuckle.
Matthew Burton has no problem sitting behind Sikosi. Love no center passing. I don't think Cole Larson has a
No, I think they're probably comfortable right now, just kind of waiting it out.
We're waiting it out to lap 120.
Yeah, at this point, it appears that's the case.
Words of Nathan Explosion. Brutal. So we'll see how this goes as we sit along with Matthew Burton. Hopefully, we might see him trying to make a little bit of a shuffle here. It's interesting to see these guys who's moving around, and I wonder if they're doing it in the name of fuel mileage here, trying to squeak it out to the end. They will definitely need to pit once, but I think they're trying to figure out how much fuel they're actually going to need.
I'm not sure with 100% sure what their window would be in this case. I know with the 60% fuel, they can go about 25 laps. Should be doing well.
Yes. Cole Larson's still sitting in the back here, though. He's up front most of the evening, but I mean, up front as he sits third. Ken Dates checking out. Uh-oh. Brandon Roberts back a lap down here as Sikosi gets out front.
Yes.
Now dropping back here for Brandon Roberts. I think he's probably saying he needs to save fuel now. Because I'm wondering if he's having some trouble.
Oh, and Larson goes high.
Oh, I thought that was a nasty play move there. If Larson was trying to break the draft and let him float on back and then it'd just be these three.
Oh, that would be tactical.
Dirty.
No, just tactical.
Uh-huh. We're still fighting in here.
Yeah, I don't see any updates as far as that weather goes. Anything on your end?
Not from what I'm hearing here.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were getting the lap car out of the way and they were getting ready to gun it here.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we definitely see a little more shuffling up here from Matthew Burton. Burton now trying to see if he can take a peek around as we get lap 78 underway.
Yeah, I see Larson, getting the itch. he, he's kind of said, I followed long enough.
Huh.
But take a look at Roberts, though, boy. He's high, low. He's sticking right with him.
Yeah. He definitely doesn't want to lose the draft if he does have a chance of getting back onto the lead lap here.
Oh. Yeah, see what I mean? Larson does not not want to lose. But just that little bit, oh, wow. Roberts went down onto the paint, and you could feel it in his bones. That was jarring. But it has brought Larson just that little bit of blocking. There we go. Took him outside.
Yeah, Larson making a shot here to the outside. Let's see if he's considering making a shot here.
He needs a friend, and there he is, Mr. Roberts, coming up behind him.
About to go side by side here. Wait to see if Larson's going to slide up to the front. Sikosi thinking about making a block. Trying to figure out Larson down the bottom. Oh, Brandon Roberts.
Yep.
Stranded. I don't think he'll be able to recover from that as they shoot down a little bit of a front stretch here as they head to the bend. And right now Larson is out front. Sikosi sits second. They are still playing chase. 21 minutes for Alvarez in the pit box. I don't know if we'll have a return from him. But Stella, look at the separation.
Yes.
Larson and Sikosi just broke away from Matthew Burton and Roberts.
It's time.
Yeah, something's happened here. I'm waiting to see if they're getting ready to make a break for it.
Has he been holding back this whole time? My heavens.
I'm not sure right now. They're chiming in here. See what they got going on.
Okay, thank you.
See if they got anything out there going on the track. They might be interested in pushing, but I'm not seeing any time gained by these two. If these two in the front keep playing nicely together, it's not going to happen. They're not going to have any chance, and it's just going to be a stalemate here as they continue to race. Right now, I'm wondering if Sikosi would think about toying around with Larson.
Emphasis on the stale. Sorry. Oh yeah, if unless they start pushing and somebody has a miscue, I think this is probably where we're going to see the finish. With this kind of spacing. So we have no more stage cautions at this point. So it will just be, a case of running out of gas, slippage on the tires.
It'd be hard to say slippage on the tires. I think everybody came down pit and did get some damage repair. Matthew Burton, he was down there for a minute and a half, trying to get the folds out of the hood. We'll see if we can battle that back, but it doesn't seem to be that way, seeing that Burton is now off by 2 seconds, dropping off pace.
Ouch.
Roberts getting hung out to dry here. Cole Larson and Mark Sikosi 1 and 2. So far, right now we're running away with 2 Chevys here in the front. I guess just trying to tick off the laps here one by one, 83 laps as we're halfway through this one. 84 obviously next time by here at the Daytona 300. Definitely want to give a quick shout out here to the NSR Cup Series. You'll see the Xfinity Series on Saturday. I'm sure we'll see Team Conti round those drivers up again and throw themselves back out there to give it a good shot for those guys in those 4-speed cars. Definitely a well sought after car. There's been a discussion of possible Gen 4 car, giving them a try as well to see if they can kind of toy around with that sort of an idea. But right now we are in the next gen here tonight at Daytona. And Stella, we are going to be doing Daytona a lot here lately. We did the Daytona duels for the National Oval Racing Association yesterday. We're doing Daytona here for the next gens and the for NSR. Then we rejoined NSR on Saturday for none other than
Daytona.
for Daytona. And then
Tuesday, we'll be doing the actual Daytona run, right? For that we just did the duels for.
yes.
Like Jay says out there, shake it, bake. Now, to some people, they think Talladega Nights. To other people, they remember a commercial that went, "We're having shake and bake, and I helped."
We
Let's
talked
see.
about throwing chicken wings in a bag.
Yes. That was the commercial. Actually, it was legs and everything, not necessarily wings, but yes. And the little girl would always say, "We're having shake and bake, and I helped." So I know there's not too many people still sticking with us at this time, but I'm kind of curious whether. Oh yeah, chicken. Exactly. You said wings. You got it. But see if anybody else remembers that commercial. It was kind of, I guess, in the "Hey Mikey, he likes it. He hates everything."
Well, our resident youngster out there is asking if that's where her mom got it from.
Oh my. Hail. Yes. There you go. Very good. I would believe so. It was a pretty common commercial.
Stella, look at the distance. They still hold a 2.5 second lead
Yes,
over
they
top
do.
of these guys.
So you showed us Mr. Larson's paint job up close. What about showing us the sponsors and the paint jobs of our other 4 drivers? So who's on the front of that, on the hood?
That should be affordable SEO.
Ah, okay. Yes. Subjects. Experts. I don't know.
And squeaky toys
Cool. Yeah, that SEO stuff I know has to do with getting up there on the Google searches. Knowing what kind of keywords, all that good stuff. Jay used to have to check.
Why did you say I couldn't?
You didn't. Yeah, you did not go there.
What's that?
Maybe I'm the only one that went there. All right, so what do we have here? Stock eye?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Not safe, whatever the heck.
Racing performance. There we go.
You're my device, hot now.
And an ETSU.
Just say next lap, end it, next lap.
All right. I wonder if this is a student.
Hold on a second, Stella. I think we're chiming in. They were saying next lap is going to end it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they may be sitting there sawing it away, saying 90 laps will be enough for this time being. That weather you called for might be in play now. Sikosi's
Okay.
sitting back here a little bit. It does look like this is a normal play move you do make when you're sitting second, seeing if he's going to get a run here. So far, not being able to do it. He's trying to see if he can squeak on by. Not able to yet.
Got
It
a
may
nose.
be 2 at the line, but now Sikosi to the outside. He might be able to get him here. He's got to squeeze down on Cole Larson to see if he can hold him here. Pushing on through. Right now, this may be our last shot. Sikosi getting a shot. 3/4 of a car length, but Larson starting to make up more ground. Move at the line. Ooh.
I think he
I
got
don't know
him.
who got it, but that's it.
I do believe Larson got him at the line by maybe just
Let's
a
go,
bumper
let's
and
look
a
back at it.
headlight.
Wait, we just tied.
We'll know it's done if
It's
somebody
tied?
starts doing donuts.
Yeah, hold on just a
Yeah,
second.
it says 0.000.
We're going to see what it says here.
We'll go back and look at it, see what the heck.
Right now, everybody's saying out there they probably tied at the line. And right now, they're saying it says 000 right now.
No kidding.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out who won this.
Well, you've got some cameras for that.
And we'll see as they come here to the line. Oh, that is,
Oh, okay. Inchy back, inchy back. Oh my heavens to Betsy. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you even good, ready, set, click. Oh, darn it. Same spot.
yeah, I would probably say Sikosi has this one.
He might at that. Yeah, I'll be darned. That is tight. I think that beats the heck. Oh, I swear it jumps.
Yeah, I do too.
It, yeah, because what, 16 speed's as slow as you can go?
Yeah. Alright. Oh.
Wow. That's close. Yeah, you can't get it who touches first, but it has to be Sikosi. Because he's, well, I guess. Oh, that's evil. Oh. Whoa.
I would say the amount of bumper here.
Yeah.
That's how I'd almost call this.
Do you have a shot from the flagman? Straight down? And no help. Oh. Haha. Sorry. I think that does it.
Yeah, that might be it right there, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. I wonder how many times everybody's going to stare at me doing this.
Yep.
There. I would probably say that's it.
Okay. Oh my! I think that beats the heck out of the in real life version of it.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that it's beyond close to the thousandths because it reads in 00 that they both are on the line.
Yeah.
So it had to be to a lesser degree than 1/1000th of a second. Nice. Nicely done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we may or may not have people, racers out there that are still willing to come up and have an interview this evening. But at this point, we are waiting for them to land in the infield car care center so we can do just that.
Nah, we'll go ahead and grab a hold of Mark Sikosi. Mark, you got a copy, buddy? Uh-oh, Mark. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a shot. Well, Stella, I think that may do it for us here. What a finish this was right here, especially at the end.
Yes, that's yeah, that was a little bit beyond photo finish. I'll call that a microscope finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was close. Uh-oh, Mark, we got you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Dude,
Hey.
this finish. I don't think it could have gotten much closer.
No, that's what we were going back and looking at. We were trying to figure out who got it, and it looks like I got it by a hair.
Oh yeah. Just barely.
Yeah, I was debating whether or not to keep Matt with us. I know the lap car there was kind of he got the side draft him a little bit, and I popped it into fourth and was trying to push us out and see if we can lose him. But at the same time, like I don't know if I want him there. It'll be easier getting around this guy if with him there. I'm like, screw it. I said, let's go. Pushed him out. I said, all right, it's coming down to me and him, and timed the run perfect. And then, well, not as perfect as I thought because he came back there off of four. I wasn't sure if I was able to hold him off, and
He really did. He came back like a yeah, a bad cold.
yeah, he had a fast car all night. There was a couple guys that were really quick. He was one of them I was watching all night. He had the speed.
Mm. Well, being able to saw back and forth, Mark, we notice you do sit back a little bit and kind of wait for the race to come to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that just to stay out of trouble?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen things just go south. You just never know what's gonna happen. I'm back there just kind of studying everybody, see what everybody's doing. Trying to stay out of the wrecks. But yeah, I know how to get up through there and be there when it counts.
Mm.
Sure do.
Man, but still, this last finish here, man, what a what a what a squeak by, man. So talk to me about the rest of the season, kind of what we've got coming up, and how people can join. I know it's Valentine's Day, so I think a lot of guys
Are
got
doing what they should be
roped
doing.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that played a role tonight on the attendance. But yeah, we got where are we going next? We go to Atlanta next week, Vegas the week after. They could join through our Discord. They can find our Discord on our website, nationalsimracing.com, or they can register right on the website.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Is there any parameters it takes to kind of come in and play?
Well, our minimum requirements were to have an 1100 I rating and a Class A license, but in order to keep the field somewhat full, we might have to lower that a bit. We might go maybe even B class. Not sure yet.
All righty, man. Well, hopefully everybody will be be able to take part in that. Mark, go ahead and give me a shout out here, buddy, while I got you on there.
Oh yeah, I got to thank one of our new sponsors, Admin Box, Affordable SEO and Marketing, Squeegee Pros. I know they're opening up locations in Syracuse, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Syracuse, New York, that is, Shasta Lake, California, and Long Beach, California. And I got to thank you guys for always putting on a great podcast. And I got to thank everybody that showed up tonight. I know there wasn't a lot of us, but the ones that were here, I'm glad they were here, and
I think
hopefully,
they had fun.
yeah, hopefully they had fun, and hopefully we put on a decent show.
All righty, Mark. Congratulations on your on the first win here of the season. Definitely making a name for yourself. Now everybody's got to try to run you down in the points. And we'll hopefully we'll see you at Atlanta. If not, then we'll see you at Vegas.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see you. I'll definitely see you at Atlanta.
Take it easy, bud.
Thank you.
Yep. All righty, that is Mark Sikosi. Let's talk to the guy who is right next to him, where I guarantee you he's feeling a little deflated right now. Let's see if we can go ahead and grab him. Cole Larson, talk to me about this race, dude. You were fast out here all night, but right at the end, that was the part that counted.
Yeah, crazy, crazy finish. I was not expecting to have a tie tonight. Man, he barely got me by an edge. I just can't believe it. Crazy.
Yeah, shockingly close. I mean,
Yes.
we had trouble getting it on film.
Yeah, in the sim it said 0.000. So
Yeah, you were beat by less than 1,000th of a second. So I mean, that's insane.
yeah.
But for him to come back, he did, Sikosi did have half a car length, but you guys didn't decide to snug up next to each other where I thought you guys might use more of the door draft. You kind of took each your own lanes, and you were still able to kind of reel him in there very, very close. Anything you would have changed to try to upset the outcome here?
Maybe get a little higher with and try to get bigger side draft, but I mean, I went up to try to get that side draft and it worked. And if I think I would have went up a little bit more and got a little bit more side draft, I think I could have got it.
You made a lot of blocks tonight. Some of them were, making sure. I know William Martin was coming up a couple of times. You weren't going to let him by. Eddie Rose, I thought you might have a chip on your shoulder from the 46 blocking you out a couple of times. I mean, was it all fun and games, or were you trying to kind of post a name for yourself to not let anybody pass you here?
Really, I was just trying to post a name for myself and just try to stay up front the whole race and try to lead as many laps as I possibly could.
Was fuel ever a concern?
No, because right when we were getting ready to have to pit, like 13, 14 laps before we had to pit, there was like random caution. So not really.
All righty. Well, we definitely shortened it up here due to weather, and you got barely squeaking by. While I got you on here, man, shout out for any of your sponsors or people out here watching you.
Yeah, shout out to all my fans, supporters, partners, and entire team for making this happen. Fanatec for their awesome racing equipment, Extreme Sim Racing for their awesome cockpits, Ryko Performance for their awesome open setups, Max Graphics for my new paint scheme that I just got today, and shirts and logos for our race and fan gear needs.
Oh man, Max
Well,
Graphics.
we showcased that paint job today. It's rocking.
Yeah, I love it, man. I'm happy I was able to get this awesome paint scheme done.
All right, we're still talking to Max Graphics with Christopher Darling.
I think I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was my dad that got it all set up. So
Okay, cool. All right, awesome job, Cole. We'll definitely we'll keep tabs. Hopefully, are you thinking about doing the Xfinity as well?
I don't know because right now I'm in baseball and stuff, so I really don't have time. Really, Wednesdays is my only time. So
Bro, okay. Well, we'll
Okay.
definitely see you when you can get here. Great job tonight, and we'll see you later on in the season.
yep, thank you.
All right, that is Cole Larson there in the number 20 Chevrolet, and we'll catch our only Toyota that made it here into the top three. Matthew Burton, you got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, man. This race, they kind of left you hanging out to dry there a little bit right here toward the end. Talk to me about how did you peel off so early, and you got in a little bit of trouble tonight. How was kind of the mindset?
Yeah, I gotta go back to the replay for the first accident. I don't know what happened. I just was happy I missed the wall, so I didn't have any damage. And the second one I got involved in, I just threw a late block, and I knew it was late, but I was hoping it would stick right at the end of the stage, and it didn't. But like I said, thankful enough to hit the wall, no permanent damage. And at the end there, I don't know how I lost the draft. I saw Cole get a run on the outside, and then I just lost it after that. I just lost all the momentum, and I just could not catch back up. So just hanging out there, just sitting on my own.
Man, definitely tough, man. I noticed you ended up actually in the lap 15 caution early in the race, and I know you ended up with more damage on that race car. But man, how do you? I just wonder what would the difference have been trying to kind of reel these guys in and continue the fight up to the front.
Yeah, I think if I had another minute and a half, I think, of optional left, and looking at the car, I know there was damage in that front bumper, so I know I had some aero damage that just probably wasn't helping me. So if I just for another caution, maybe I could have had a couple more repairs, probably could have got up there a little bit quicker. But like I said, I'm at third's pretty good because I know there wasn't a lot of people out here tonight. But just if I just could have stayed with them, I would have had a chance there at the end. I just lost them at the end.
Yeah, definitely tough, man. I can't wait to see what you've got coming up for the remainder here of the season. Hopefully it'll definitely work out a little better for you, and hopefully a little cleaner if we can get this field filled up a little bit. Shout out time, and go ahead and mention your sponsors as well.
Yes, I want to thank Kent Huntley for Shock Off, helped me get the setups here. And like I said, hopefully look forward to Atlanta next week. And hopefully the race isn't as chaotic in the first 15, 20 laps. Maybe we just calm down and run a little bit single file so we can be there at the end. All of us could be there at the end.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Exactly.
That's what
Best
you
laid
think.
plans.
We'll definitely hope for that. Matthew Burton, congratulations on your third place finish. We'll see how you do in the remainder of the season.
Perfect. Thank you all. Thank you all for everything.
Oh, yeah. All right, that is going to do it here for Matthew Burton. Stella, we'll double check out there on our YouTube. Everything's still looking fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy. No.
Great. Yeah, I think we're kind of stewing a little bit here, but hopefully we'll continue fighting on through and be able to get this on back. But that should do it here for us, everybody. This NSR Cup Series definitely kicked off a little bit of a low number, but we'll be able to fight it on back. If you wanted help with the numbers, show up, make it happen. Definitely start putting in the time and putting in the race and help these guys out during their schedule. But Stella, anything left to add?
No, we'll just call this, it was quality over quantity. How's that?
Yeah, that worked out pretty well, but hopefully we'll see how it goes here all the way to the end and make it happen at the next race. We'll keep tabs and see if we're going to be able to make the Atlanta race. If not, we'll see everybody at Las Vegas on the upcoming run. But until then, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll catch all you guys next time.